Boker Tov, everyone. Shalom, Rabbi Eric Solomon, back with some morning Torah here in Raleigh, North Carolina, Beth Meyer Synagogue. So I had a fantastic, very meaningful sabbatical. Thank you for everyone for their well wishes, and stories will come out. A significant amount of time I spent, especially during Pesach, was in Israel, and that's my Devar Torah has a little basis in that. So this week's Torah portion is Behar. Behar means on Behar, on the mountain, on Mount Sinai. And it's specifically one of the kind of the thrust of the Torah portion deals with issues of the Shemitah and the Jubilee, and this idea that every 7 years the land should be laid fallow, and every 50 years, similarly, but even actually all debt should be, let go and all land returned. It's kind of a fantasy of an economic equality society, of an equalizing society where no one would be in debts and all debts would be cleared, and kind of a sense that people would live in equality and safety and economic safety. And, we could have a discussion on whether that ever happened. Some people say never. Already in the Talmud, it was being kind of adjusted by Hillel and others. But what I want to offer here is that I think it's very powerful that this vision, kind of idealistic fantasy of how ancient Israel should act and be in its economic life or dreams, specifically comes to a Torah portion called Behar. Behar, on the mountaintop. Really, because its idea is a mountaintop idea. The question really is, why does this Torah portion have to be called Behar? Wasn't the entire Torah given Behar? Yes, everything was given on Mount Sinai. So why the emphasis here? Because this is an ivory tower Torah portion. It's living up, away from the people and kind of looking at like a dream vision, maybe even against what's realistically possible. And this idea, generally speaking, as a shul rabbi, when I talk about my work and the holiness of my work and the Kedusha with Rabbi Jenny and others, I focus on here, the tachlis, the right here, the right now, the real people, the real life of the Jewish community, of others, of the real world, the work that's done here, not on the ivory tower on top of the mountain, but at the bottom of the mountain with the people. There's such holiness and richness in that understanding of what people's real lives are about, not theoretical or fantasies or dreams. And I want to say the Torah is teaching us something very powerful. That without dreams, without true fantasies, without messianic visions, nothing incredible is possible. The idea of making it to the promised land, it was a vision, like maybe against reality. That brings me to Israel. Right now the situation in Israel it's hard to describe in one short Devar Torah how difficult it is. Everyone's been following, from the war itself, the attacks also in Hezbollah in the north, but not to mention the south, the suffering of Palestinians, innocent Palestinians, the leadership of President Minister Netanyahu, which across the board is despised, the hostages clearly, it's unfathomable. And yet, I met people that have hope, that believe that a two-state solution is actually possible. I'm sitting there, I'm frustrated, I'm sad. There are people that think that some ways this could be closer than ever. Maybe it's even more possible now. When I meet with them and say, you're living on the mountain, on the Behar, are you looking at the reality here? But without the mountaintop view, nothing worth it is possible. There are times where against the realities you have to dream. You have to be on the mountain. You have to see a reality that isn't here yet, but might be here if we dream it. So I know that we're in a difficult place, continue to be a difficult place, many different reasons. But I also want to say this Torah portion tells us there are times to go up on the mountain, to dream big, to listen to the dreamers, to think about what's what's not happening, but what's possible. There's an idea. What is faith? Faith is not foolishness. Faith is an idea that there is something possible with God's help better than we can imagine. That's what Torah portion teaches us, Behar, on the mountaintop. There's a time to be grateful for the visions from the mountaintop. Shabbat Shalom.